Alright, good morning, folks. It is Thursday morning, about 8 o'clock. I am doing a lot better. This weekend, my girlfriend and I did a last-minute trip to Washington to visit her dad. It was a one-nighter, out and back, pretty quick. She felt like she was getting a cold right before, and we decided that we still needed to go through the trip. It was more than just a cold, I think, because when we got back, she ended up getting a fever, about just under 100 degrees, and then her daughter started to feel sick as well. And then shortly thereafter, the next day, I started to feel sick, and I spiked a fever 102.4. We've determined that I get a lot sicker a lot faster, but I get better faster typically. I don't know, it's weird. So I spiked a fever 102.4 on Tuesday. That lasted pretty much all day. My fever broke late yesterday afternoon, Wednesday afternoon. I still have a massive headache. I would call it a migraine at this point because it's been since Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so 3 days now of just so much headache and pressure and just noise is so much for me. So I haven't done any workouts this week, and I'm a little bit nervous because Saturday is race day, and I feel dehydrated and I don't feel like my full capacity, which was what I was hoping for. So today is going to be another rest day, try and just hydrate my body and fuel my body and get over this migraine as much as possible, and then move forward with the rest of this week. But it is a huge bummer. Like, as soon as I realized that I was getting sick, I was just really negative about it because I knew like it was inevitable, it was going to happen. A good thing is it hasn't really impacted my lungs so much. It's just my head. Like, my head feels like it's just like pushing in on itself, which will not be fun, but it is what it is. So I will check into you guys tomorrow. It's tomorrow's race pickup day, so I'm going to drive to Burley and register for the race in person and get my packet and do all the things, and then get prepped for the race Saturday morning. So we're like 2 days out, and I don't feel ready. Bye, guys. Alrighty, hi folks. It is Friday morning, about 10 o'clock. I just got finished walking Jackson, this bugger right here. It is super nice out. It's about 66, 67 degrees out with a feel of like 72 or something like that. Super nice. We did about 1.25 miles, and I'm going to count that as my warm-up for today. I am getting ready to travel to Burley, Idaho, which is about 2.5 hours away, to do my first triathlon, or attempt my first triathlon, I should say. And I'm about to do some stretching, but I wanted to touch base and kind of talk a little bit about things before that started. First off, I want to apologize for my house. It is a disaster right now, so we are in my front room, and it is filthy, and I don't care. But anyways, this week did not go as planned, just like I feel like 85% of this training plan has not gone to plan at all. I was not planning on getting sick 3,000 times. I did. Earlier this week I had a temperature of 102.4. That was the highest that I recorded. It was probably a little bit higher, and finally moved through that, and I am in my race prep mode. And one of the things that I'm following is actually this book right here, which is the Runner's World Performance Nutrition for Runners: How to Fuel Your Body for Stronger Workouts, Faster Recovery, and Your Best Race Times Ever by Matt Fitzgerald. Goodness. I've actually had this book for a really long time. I bought this when I was training for my marathon about 10 years ago. And I'm coming back to it again, so it's a really good book. And as far as my 24-hour prep, I am following... They have a sample, I'll push it up so you can see. They have a sample 24-hour carb loading schedule that includes about 818 grams of carbs, which is a crap ton. But the reason that I really like this book is it goes into it talks about like how much you're going to be burning potentially doing a race, how much you need to consume during a race, if you need to do anything as far as nutrition or hydration, like depending on the distance of the race. And I am estimating that my triathlon is going to take me about 4.5 hours, which is a long race for me. And so I have written out my notes on my guideline for how I'm going to attempt to do this race. And I'm just going to read it to you because I feel like this is effective. So, per the book, we want to eat or try and consume about 60 grams of carbs per hour of training, which is a lot, and consume about 200 to 800 milligrams of sodium per hour. That's usually for ultra marathons and like super long distances, but if it's good for them, it's probably good for me. And then I'm going to try and drink water water or my Powerade every 10 minutes during the race. The book talks about there's a golden hour window before you do your performance, and that is about 4 hours beforehand, and that's when you want to consume like a crap ton of carbs. I'm not going to wake up 4 hours before my race unless I do, and then I'll just eat more. My goal is to wake up 3 hours before the race. I start at 8 o'clock in the morning, so that would be putting me up at 5 o'clock. My goal is to eat 140 grams of carbs when I first wake up, and I'm going to pound 6 packages of strawberry and cream oatmeal packets by Kroger. Thank you very much. That's going to be my goal because I feel like I can just pound those super fast. Then I'm going to sip Gatorade for the next 2 hours until an hour before the race. 30 minutes before the race, I'm going to pop a full caffeine pill, and this is essentially taking a cup of coffee, but it's a lot stronger when it hits you. And this book talks about the benefits of taking caffeine, and how it actually assists you in recovery and during the race because it gives you energy while you're racing, but also helps you. Why am I petting you with the book? Why am I petting you with the book? Oh, I love you. Oh, I love you. Go find a toy. Ah! Ball? A rock? Ah! Sorry. But it talks about that in this book. I highly recommend you at least check this book out of your library and read it once because it's quite interesting the way they talk about it. And then they talk about essentially, I can't remember how to say, a bolus maybe, for your stomach. So essentially your stomach is empty, you put a bunch of food carbs in it, it builds up and it floods to your muscles and your organs and all the things. And then the idea is to create a bolus so that your stomach is only operating on a little bit of fluid inside the stomach. So it takes time to burn off all those things and pushes it out of your stomach and digests it sort of. And then when you're racing, you're taking only sips of water or however much you feel like you need to drink when you're racing. And your body uses it faster than if you were to chug a bunch of water and then do the event and then chug more water and keep chugging. And it talks a lot about it in this, but essentially that is my goal, is to create this bolus in my stomach. I'm going to be eating a crap ton of food. Today I'm going to be eating a ton of carbs, pasta, lots of protein shakes. Apple juice is my go-to for right now. I was going to do spaghetti tonight, but the red sauce actually gives me a little heartburn, and I already know that I have acid reflux, and so I'm not going to eat a bunch of red sauce before I do this race because it's going to activate that. But goodness, I am nervous about this race. I am coming into this weighing probably about the same as when I started the shindig in January, which is a little disheartening for me because I wanted to lose 30 pounds. And I really thought that I was going to be 180, 185 maybe. And instead I'm 217. And it's sad for me. I feel a lot of negative emotions towards it, put it like that. But I think part of it, well, let's be honest, part of it is because I've been on medication. I have been on an antidepressant called Lexapro, which historically a lot of people tend to gain weight on, and they tend to really struggle to lose weight on it because one of the side effects, it can slow down your metabolism, among other things. So we're going to blame a portion of that on medication. I have been weaning off of that, and I feel like I'm doing okay. And we're going to continue to move forward with life. And I'm, like, my journey's not going to stop after this triathlon. Like, I still want to lose the weight. My girlfriend still wants to lose the weight with me. So we're both, like, really committed to that. Look at this guy, living a healthy lifestyle. Oh my goodness, I am sore. It's just about finding that balance. So definitely not going to give up after this. I'm going to give it my best this weekend. I've been sick. I feel like I'm underprepared and undertrained, and I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm nervous, and my anxiety is already through the roof. So I just have to get there and get set up and try and rest as much as I can until race tomorrow morning, and do as best I can with what I've got, and that's the only thing that I can do. So I guess this is gonna wrap it up for my pre-race series, because tomorrow's race day, and I'm heading there this afternoon, and it's gonna be chaotic, and hopefully it's fun, and hopefully I get to actually finish the race. There is a time cap that I was not aware of when I signed up for the race. So essentially, I start at 8 o'clock in the morning, and the last heat, because I'm the non-competitive heat, and I have 2 hours and 45 minutes to finish the swim and the bike. And if I don't make that in 2 hours and 45 minutes, I don't get to do the run because I'll be too slow. But they put it at the very end and put the non-competitive wave the shortest amount of time to do that when everybody else has the longest amount of time. Which I understand, if you're racing, it's important to not have slow people in front of you. But I also understand that if it's a non-competitive wave, I don't want to have to be competitive for a time crunch, because I'm not excited about that. But we will see it. I will know. The good thing is I'll know as soon as I get out of the swim, because I know my bike is about 2 hours. 2 hours to a T. So that means that I have about 45 minutes to do the swim and change into my bike. And if my swim takes longer than 45 minutes, I know I'm not going to be able to do the run, and I'm just going to enjoy the bike. Because it's just not going to happen. So, I mean, I could try and cut down time on my bike, but I doubt that's going to happen. And if I did, I probably would burn out on the run. But anyways, I'm just talking in circles now. I'm going to go finish my stretching and get on the road for my first triathlon ever. Oh, let's do it. Maybe, maybe not. Can we back out? Nope. It's going to be good. Alright. Bye, guys. Oh, hi, Jackson. Oh, good boy. Yeah, Jackson and I say goodbye. Goodbye.